Stop everything you are doing and listen to me very closely right now. Taurus, this message appearing in front of you today is not the algorithm guessing your mood. It is the exact timing of your cycle knocking on your door before it locks. I feel the exhaustion you've been carrying, that silent drain of giving your power away and watching others build their lives on top of your foundation. But there is a cosmic window closing in the next few days, and if you don't hear what I'm about to reveal, you might wait years for another chance to take your power back. You believe that your constant exhaustion and feeling of being stuck is just the heavy price you have to pay for being the strong, reliable foundation for everyone else. But it isn't exhaustion. It isn't burnout. It is a massive karmic leak, a debt you are paying on behalf of others. Right now you are a massive vault made of solid steel, filled with glowing golden energy. But for years, you left the heavy door propped open, letting anyone take your gold while you stood guard. You will discover exactly where your power has been draining all these years, hidden in plain sight. You will understand the specific karmic window of reclamation that is closing right now. You will learn the precise, quiet steps to take your power back without having to fight or argue. You will recognize the 3 signs that the universe is finally handing the reins back to you. And before this message closes, I will say one sentence about your life that you will carry with you for the next few months. A part of you will want to doubt this, and that hesitation is exactly what the debt uses against you. Have you ever felt that heavy drain on your chest, as if you are constantly pouring water into a cup with a hole in the bottom, as if feeling exhausted and depleted is just the normal price you have to pay for being strong? And what if this extreme exhaustion is not just burnout, but a signal that the universe is trying to alert you to a massive karmic leak before the window closes? Because while many people just try to drink more coffee and push through the week, few realize that this deep drain can carry a karmic lesson, a boundary test, and an urgent spiritual deadline that hasn't been understood yet. But what if the great turning point lies in this revelation that you haven't been able to apply yet? Now think with me. Why do certain areas seem blocked, even when I try to do everything right? What if every yes you forced yourself to say, every boundary you let slide, every night you stayed up worrying about someone else's crisis, every drop of energy you gave away, and this constant sensation of running on empty are actually signs of a karmic debt you have postponed for way too long? It was searching for answers to this that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Karmic Debt of Taurus. This book is not just a read. It is a revelation created for Taurus who want to understand the energetic leaks that keep repeating in your life. Break the cycles of overgiving guilt and unseen sacrifice, fortify your internal boundaries, and clearly recognize what the universe is handing back to you. Many Taurus already feel that they need to change the way they see their blockages, but they haven't yet made the decision to download the digital book. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. But attention, access may be taken offline at any moment. It reveals reflections, hidden signs and directions that can transform the way you interact with those who demand your energy. Do not wait for another cosmic window to close to finally claim what belongs to you. Click now, download your copy, and discover why the moment you feel the most depleted might be exactly the place where the universe is preparing your most powerful reclamation. If this first word has already touched something deep inside you, write "My power returns" down below. Not for me, but because another Taurus who is exactly where you were a year ago needs this message to find them tonight. This path of reclamation has a map, and it is already within your reach in the first pinned comment. I will come back to it shortly. And if for some reason you are not interested or cannot acquire the digital book right now, there is still another door open for you. I don't receive a single penny for any of these messages I deliver here every day, nothing at all. And yet they keep coming out every day, for you and for every Taurus who still needs to be reached. If at any moment your heart wants to give back a little of what it received, there is a voluntary donation link open in the first pinned comment, right below the book. Any amount that fits in your hand today, any amount your heart points to. This is what keeps this channel standing. This is what makes the next message reach another Taurus tomorrow, exactly as it reached you today. I'm waiting for you there, Taurus. I haven't even told you the most important part yet. There are 4 signs that this cycle has already started to turn, and you will recognize at least one of them. I want you to pause for a second and just breathe. We are about to go deeper, and I need you completely present for this. Notice how your body reacts to what I am going to say right now. Feel your shoulders, your chest, that subtle tension you carry around as if you are always bracing for the next emergency. This weight didn't appear overnight, Taurus. It has been building, quietly, behind the scenes of your life. The universe does not just suddenly close a window without sending warnings first. It sends signals, subtle, visceral moments where your soul tries to tell you that the vault is open and the gold is spilling out. There are 4 very specific signs that this cycle has already started to turn. Think about that Tuesday afternoon when you stared at your phone, feeling completely depleted after fixing someone else's crisis. You looked at the blank screen and realized, with a deep, silent ache, that no one ever asks how you are holding up. This wasn't just physical fatigue, it wasn't just a long day, it was your energy calling to come home. You called it being the reliable one. The universe called it a karmic leak of your own power. Then there is that sudden jolt, waking up at 3 a.m. with a rush of anxiety, staring at the ceiling in the dark. You lay there feeling as if a silent clock was ticking down on your own dreams, while you spend all your daylight hours building for others. This wasn't insomnia. It wasn't just stress. It was the cosmic window slowly beginning to close, urging you to wake up to what is slipping through your fingers. And what about the physical heaviness in your shoulders when you try to say no, but you end up saying, "I'll handle it," yet again in the middle of a busy week? For some of you, this will show up as a sudden, unfair deadline at work that forces you to finally stand your ground. For others, it will be a relationship or a family member demanding one last emotional sacrifice that you simply cannot afford to make. You called it bad luck in timing. The universe called it the debt holding you back until you learn to close the door. Finally, notice that strange, sudden urge to isolate yourself completely on a Friday night. Not out of anger, not out of sadness, but out of a desperate, primal need to preserve whatever drop of energy you have left. This wasn't depression. It wasn't you being antisocial. It was your soul trying to close the vault. You called it extreme exhaustion. The universe called it the final warning before the window of reclamation closes. These signs, these moments of silent desperation, they all share a common origin, and that origin has a name. But before I give you the name, you need something else. There is a path to reclaim your power, and I am going to open it right now, before the name, before the word, because anyone who carries a drain this heavy needs relief before receiving the revelation. Stay with me. And this is exactly where the path of reclamation opens. The signs that just hit you didn't hit you by accident, Taurus. That invisible weight dragging you down. It is not physical fatigue. It is your soul paying a toll you were never meant to pay. It is not just a passing phase of tiredness. It is not just the accumulated stress from a busy month. It is a profound, silent drain. It is as if feeling exhausted and depleted has become the normal price you have to pay for being strong, for being the unbreakable anchor that keeps everyone else's ship from drifting away into the storm. And what if this extreme exhaustion is not just burnout, but a signal that the universe is trying to alert you to a massive karmic leak before this cycle closes? You have spent years convincing yourself that you just need a long weekend to recover, that you just need a few days of peace. But the exhaustion always returns because the vault is still wide open. I have seen Taurus who were exactly where you are right now. I've seen them carrying that silent burden, waking up already feeling defeated before the day even begins. I have sat with Taurus who believed that if they just pushed a little harder, if they just endured a little longer, the exhaustion would finally pass, and it would be their turn to receive the care they always give. But it does not pass because you cannot wrest your way out of a karmic leak. You cannot sleep off a spiritual debt that belongs to someone else. I have seen the exact moment when the realization hits them, the moment they finally understand that their boundless loyalty was being quietly harvested by people who never intended to give anything back. The limits you compromised just to keep the peace, the crises you solved for people who never thanked you, the sensation of bleeding energy while everyone else thrives. It was searching for answers to this that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Karmic Debt of Taurus. This digital book is not a generic collection of advice. It is the precise map to finally understand the energetic leaks that keep repeating in your life so you can stop treating the symptoms and finally seal the root. It is a deep revelation designed to help you break the cycles of overgiving guilt and unseen sacrifice that have kept you anchored to other people's endless emergencies. It will fortify your internal boundaries and help you clearly recognize what the universe is handing back to you during this rare transit. Because here is the undeniable truth. The karmic window of reclamation does not force you to take your power back. It simply closes the door. If your gold is still outside when it shuts, you will have to wait for the next cycle to claim it. This cosmic configuration does not wait for you to feel ready. Every day you spend without this path is another drop of your vital energy drained by someone who does not value it. Every week you delay is another piece of your foundation given away to build someone else's life. Every month you leave that heavy steel door propped open is another entire cycle of watching people thrive, using the exact power that was meant to build your own dreams and secure your own future. You cannot afford to keep paying this invisible tax on your soul while your own vault remains empty. The digital book is in the first pinned comment. Download it now, while this word is still alive in you. Do not wait for the next time you collapse from exhaustion to realize what this cycle is trying to show you. The universe is offering you the complete closure of this karmic leak that only this specific map can fully guide you through. You are still processing this right now, with that tight grip of recognition in your chest. You can feel the truth of it settling into your bones, shifting the very ground you stand on. For so long, you have been that massive steel vault, and for so long the door has been wedged open by guilt, by obligation, by the sheer weight of being the reliable one for everyone else. But right now, you can feel the hinges starting to move. You can feel the heavy steel preparing to swing shut, securing your golden energy inside where it belongs. The storm is finally passing, and the ancient root is ready to pull its immense strength back from the dead soil. You are not meant to hold the crumbling cliffside together forever. Your power is returning home. And as I told you earlier, Taurus, besides the digital book that is in the first pinned comment, there is that voluntary donation link open right below the book. I still do not receive a single penny for every message that leaves here for you. That is why this link exists, so that another Taurus tomorrow finds exactly this message that found you today. Any amount your heart points to, every gesture like this keeps our channel standing and makes the next message reach those who need it, exactly as it reached you today. There is an ancient name for this, and now with the path laid out before you, the name descends. There is an ancient name for this exact feeling of being drained dry, while everyone else flourishes around you. It is not a curse, it is not a streak of bad luck, and it is certainly not just a permanent, unchangeable trait of your personality. It is called the nodal window of reclamation. Most people misunderstand what this means. They read a few horoscopes and think it is just a passing phase where you need to get more sleep, take a vacation, and learn to relax. But the true meaning of the nodal window of reclamation is much heavier and much more precise. It is a rare, strict astrological transit where the universe conducts a rigorous, uncompromising audit of your life force. It looks at exactly who is unfairly holding your energy, who is living off your spiritual debt, and it gives you a brief, definitive period to recall it all. The nodal window of reclamation does not negotiate with the people who have been draining you. It simply opens the vault and demands that you take back what is yours before the heavy steel door swings shut again for another entire cycle. When you do not understand this mechanism, you keep trying to fix the exhaustion with temporary bandages. You sleep for 10 hours and still wake up tired because the leak is spiritual, not physical. This window is the cosmic deadline. It is the universe stepping in and saying that the time for being everyone else's foundation has expired. Think of a thick, ancient root holding together a crumbling cliffside during a brutal, endless storm. It spends all of its massive, quiet strength keeping the dead soil from falling into the raging sea below. All the while, the fragile flowers resting at the top of the cliff get all the sunlight, all the praise and all the warmth. The root holds everything together in the dark, asking for absolutely nothing in return. It absorbs the shock of the wind and the weight of the water, just so the surface looks beautiful and secure. That is exactly where you are right now, Taurus. You have been that ancient root for your family, for your friends, and for your workplace. You have held the crumbling edges of other people's lives together so they could bloom in the sun, while you stayed buried in the heavy, exhausting dark. You calculated every move, absorbed every shock, and made sure everyone else had solid ground to stand on. But the storm is finally passing. The root must finally pull its immense energy back to grow its own massive tree, letting the dead, dry soil fall away where it may. The time for holding up the cliff is over. The time for your own growth has arrived. And the universe itself is stepping in to tell you, I saw you holding the weight when no one else would. I watched you pay emotional debts that were never yours to carry, pouring your golden energy into empty hands just to keep the peace. I felt the silent tears you held back while you were busy being strong for those who never asked how you were doing. You have served your time as the unpaid anchor, and that unseen contract is now null and void. I am handing the reins back to you, and it is time for you to finally walk away from the heavy lifting. There is a man who carried this exact same draining debt for years. He built a successful business, a family, a stable life, but he always felt like he was watching his own existence from the outside, utterly exhausted. He was the unbreakable rock for everyone, the one who quietly paid all the emotional bills when things fell apart. He was the person everyone called when their lives were crumbling, and he never said no, because he thought that was just his role in the world. And then, during this exact karmic window, something shifted deep inside him. He did not fight. He did not argue or send angry messages. He just stopped answering the late-night crisis calls. He stopped volunteering to fix what he did not break. He simply called his energy back. What changed in him was not bitterness or resentment, but the quiet, immovable authority of a man who finally realized his power belonged only to himself. He let the dead soil fall, and for the first time in his life, he felt the sunlight on his own face. You are still processing this right now, feeling a sudden warm density returning to your chest and a deep releasing sigh escaping your lungs as the truth settles in. The deepest truth is still ahead, and it has your name. Now that you see the massive steel door and the gold that has been quietly slipping away, we need to talk about who you had to become to survive this drain. Because you did not just lose energy, you built entire identities around giving it away. You took on roles that were never meant to be permanent, wearing them so long that they started to feel like your actual skin. But tonight, we are stripping those heavy layers off. You became the silent guardian, the one who stands at the door of everyone else's disasters, making sure the fire never reaches their room. You absorb the panic, you calculate the risks, and you handle the fallout without ever raising your voice. But the secret vulnerability of the guardian is the profound loneliness of knowing that if you fall, no one is standing guard for you. Taurus carries, Taurus sustains. Taurus does not ask for help because they know exactly how much the help costs. Then there is the exhausted builder. You are the architect of stability for everyone you love, constantly laying the bricks for their dreams while your own foundations remain unfinished. You celebrate their victories, knowing deep down that they used your mortar to build their walls. And yet the builder secretly wonders what it would feel like to finally rest inside a house of their own making, instead of always sleeping outside in the cold. And finally, you became the unpaid anchor, the heavy, immovable weight that keeps the chaotic people in your life from floating away into their own self-destruction. You sink deep into the mud to hold their ship steady during the storm. But the tragedy of the anchor is that it is always underwater, drowning in the dark so that everyone else can stay safe on the surface. But you are not an anchor, you are not a free builder, and you are not a bodyguard for people who refuse to protect themselves. Notice your chest right now. Feel that sudden, defiant warmth expanding in your lungs. That heat has a name. It is your power recognizing itself. It is the realization that your loyalty is a crown, not a chain, and it belongs only on your own head. But this identity that has just been declared over you needs to be sustained, because the Taurus who knows their own worth without knowing their own debt goes back to carrying what is not theirs. It was to anchor this new reality that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Karmic Debt of Taurus. It is waiting for you right now in the first pinned comment. This is the exact tool for sustaining the powerful boundary that has just been drawn around you. When you step into this new frequency, the people who used to drain you will try to pull you back into your old roles. Do not wait for the old guilt to return to defend the new identity you just claimed. Click the link in the first pinned comment, download your copy, and secure the vault. I promised I would come back to this, but first, you need to know exactly how this cycle will try to sneak back in, because it will try. It will not come as a grand, dramatic confrontation. It will come quietly, disguised as a familiar necessity. The moment you begin to recognize your power, the old debt will test your new resolve in 3 specific ways. First, there is the guilt trip disguised as an urgent favor from someone who knows your exact weak spots. It is that sudden late-night message asking for help with something they could easily handle themselves, carefully worded in a way that makes you feel completely responsible for their peace of mind. Your weapon against this is the weapon of silence. When that demand arrives tomorrow, you do not need to explain why you cannot help. You do not need to justify your boundaries or soften the blow. You simply wait a full 24 hours before replying to any demand. Let the silence stand as the heavy steel door of your vault, unmoving and unbreakable. Second, there is the sudden fear that if you do not step in, everything around you will completely collapse. It is the creeping, visceral anxiety that your family, your friends, or your workplace will fall into absolute ruin if you do not immediately absorb their chaos. Your weapon against this illusion is a quiet, firm, verbal declaration. When that familiar panic rises in your chest, you take a deep breath and you say out loud, "I release the weight of the world." You did not build their world, Taurus, and it is not your karmic job to keep it spinning while you stand exhausted in the dark. Finally, there is the ghost from the past. Right as this cosmic window prepares to close, someone who used to drain your energy will text you, seemingly out of nowhere, just to see if the door is still propped open. They will test the boundary one last time. Your weapon against this is a deliberate physical act. You walk to a door in your house, you grab the heavy handle, and you pull it shut firmly, closing your eyes and imagining that you are sealing your glowing golden energy safely inside your own space. These 3 weapons protect you from what I managed to show you today. But the karmic cycle has more layers than can fit in one single video. When the guilt tries to manipulate you again, when the fear of letting them down whispers in your ear, and when the exhaustion hits you out of nowhere, you will need more than just a quick defense. You will need the map to keep the vault secured. It was to anchor this new reality that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Karmic Debt of Taurus. It is waiting for you right now in the first pinned comment. This is the full energetic armor you need so this drain never latches onto you again. I am not rushing you, I am warning you. Do not wait for the next energetic vampire to test your boundaries before you learn how to lock the vault. This specific cosmic configuration does not wait, and the door of this reclamation cycle is already swinging shut. Click the link in the first pinned comment, download your copy and protect what is finally yours. Now I need you to stop learning for a moment and start feeling. I want you to drop your shoulders. Let go of that deep tension you have been holding in your neck all day long. Breathe with me once, slowly, and just let your body completely soften. You do not need to brace for impact right now. For the next few minutes, there is no sudden crisis to solve, no unexpected emergency to manage, and absolutely no one waiting for you to fix their broken world. Close your eyes, Taurus. Let the heavy noise of the outside world completely fade away. You have spent so many years constantly listening for the next cry for help, always anticipating the next disaster, that you forgot how to listen to the quiet power resting inside your own chest. Now, it is time to turn your attention inward and finally reclaim what has always belonged to you. Visualize a massive ancient steel vault. Inside is your energy, glowing and golden. Notice how the heavy door has been propped wide open for years, and threads of light are stretching far away, connecting to people and places of your past. Now take a deep breath, and with one heavy, smooth motion, push that massive steel door shut. Hear the deep thud as the lock clicks into place, severing those threads. Feel the immediate density, the heavy weight returning to your own body. Feel the warmth filling your chest as your power stays home. Release the guilt for finally putting your own peace first. Release the terrible fear that if you take a step back, everything you love will crumble into the sea. Release the invisible debt that was never yours to pay in the first place. Release the constant, exhausting need to be the unbreakable rock for people who refuse to build their own foundation. You are no longer the silent guardian, standing watch in the cold dark, while others sleep comfortably in the warmth you provided. You are no longer the exhausted builder, laying the heavy bricks for everyone else's dreams, while your own house remains completely bare. You are no longer the unpaid anchor, drowning in the mud so that chaotic people can stay safely floating on the surface. Your loyalty belongs to you now. You are feeling a profound shift right now, a quiet but undeniable return of your own immense strength. Before we seal this, write down below the name of someone you are carrying through this transition, or, if this is purely for you, write in one sentence what you are expecting the universe to return to you. I will read it, and you will not write this alone. Do not let go of this energy yet. We are not done. Stay with me. The walls of your house are now sealed against the old drain. The immense effort you have poured into the ground is finally beginning to yield its return. And the peace that is making its way to you will no longer be intercepted by anyone else's crisis. The universe itself is stepping in to speak directly to the exhaustion you have carried for so long. I felt the terrible weight you took upon yourself when you decided to be the unbroken foundation for everyone around you. I saw how you convinced yourself that your constant exhaustion was just the normal price of being reliable, the inescapable cost of keeping the peace. But I did not create you to be the unpaid anchor in someone else's storm, nor to bleed your energy dry while watching others thrive on your sacrifice. I saw you staring at your phone completely depleted after fixing someone else's crisis. I watched you look at that blank screen and realize, with a quiet, devastating ache, that no one ever asks how you are holding up. I felt that same sinking realization in your chest, the moment you understood that your boundless loyalty was being quietly harvested by people who never intended to give anything back. Every boundary you let slide, every night you stayed up carrying the weight of their choices, every drop of energy you gave away while running on empty. I recorded every single one. You thought it was your duty, but it was a karmic leak, a debt you were never meant to pay, and that unseen contract you have been honoring is now null and void. I am closing the heavy steel door of this cycle, and I am shutting down the ancient access others had to your vault. The time for being the silent guardian of everyone else's disasters has expired. The period of holding up the crumbling cliffside is over. I am handing the reins back to you, Taurus. I am returning the golden energy that was unfairly drained from your life, and I am drawing a boundary around your soul that no guilt, no manipulation, and no sudden emergency will be able to cross. Your power is returning home. The sudden guilt trip disguised as an urgent favor ends here. The creeping anxiety that their world will collapse without you ends here. The ghost from the past checking to see if the door is still open ends here. Taurus is never late. Taurus is not behind anyone. Taurus arrives right on time. Don't let go yet. The universe has just told you. I saw you staring at your phone completely depleted after fixing someone else's crisis. And it is exactly why I need to remind you of one thing before sealing. What has been released here today is deeply real, and the shift in your energy is undeniable. But tomorrow morning, the familiar routine will try to convince you that nothing has changed. You will feel that sudden urge to shrink and give your energy away, that will try to sneak back into your chest tomorrow morning, whispering that you must step in and handle someone else's burden just one more time. The old cycle does not surrender without testing the new boundary, and you must be prepared to hold the line. To ensure that your vault remains locked, you need the exact map of this transition. The great secret behind the karmic debt of Taurus is waiting for you in the first pinned comment. This digital book is the definitive anchor for protecting the power you just took back, ensuring it never slips through your fingers tomorrow. Do not wait for the sun to rise tomorrow to test if your vault is truly secured. Click the link in the first pinned comment, download your copy right now and solidify this reclamation before the cosmic window closes entirely. There are thousands of Taurus listening to this right now, standing in the exact same quiet revelation as you. You are not the only one finally closing the door. If this voice found you today, and if you feel the immense weight lifting from your shoulders, subscribe to this channel, not just as a number, but because the next message in this series will seek out exactly those who have crossed this first threshold. In the next video of this series, I am going to show you the exact signal that appears 3 days before your power is fully restored, and why almost every Taurus accidentally ignores it. Do not miss it. And still in this video, Taurus, before I seal this hour with you, I come back one last time to this request. You have walked with me this far. You have crossed every word, every revelation, every sign. And if at any moment of this message you felt the universe touch you, you know this video was not an accident. The voluntary donation link remains open in the first pinned comment, right below the digital book. Not as a charge, not as an exchange, but as a giving back from the one who received to the source this message came from. Any amount your heart points to, and the universe sees every gesture the universe sees, and the universe multiplies over your home, over your days, over what you don't even know is about to arrive. This was my last request. I'll be waiting for you there. Thank you so much. And when the heavy weight tries to return, remember that the answer has a name, the great secret of the karmic debt, and it is already within your reach. The thick, ancient root is finally pulling its massive strength back to grow its own tree. The heavy steel door of your vault has swung shut, and your glowing golden energy is safely locked inside where it belongs. Now, you can let go. This message is complete. What was seen was seen, what was settled was settled. Walk light, Taurus.